Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're traveling back in time, way back, about 5,000 years, to a world steeped in mist and legend. We're going to explore the story of a figure so monumental that he is considered the ancestor of all Chinese people. The Yellow Emperor, Huangdi. This isn't just a history lesson. It's an epic tale of gods, dragons, and the dawn of a civilization. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's journey to the very roots of Chinese culture. To truly understand the significance of the Yellow Emperor, we need to picture the world he was born into. Imagine a land that would one day be called China, but 5,000 years ago, it was a mosaic of powerful tribes. This was the late Neolithic period, a time of great change and conflict. People lived in settlements, farmed the land along the Great Yellow River, and looked to the heavens for answers. The leader of a tribe wasn't just a chief. They were often seen as a conduit to the divine, a protector chosen by fate. Life was hard, and survival depended on strong leadership, unity, and the favor of the gods. It was in this chaotic and vibrant world that the legend of our hero begins. Our story starts with a powerful and respected tribe, the Xiaodian clan. The leader of this clan had a wife named Fubo. One evening, as Fubo was walking in the fields, a spectacular sight appeared in the heavens. A brilliant streak of lightning, unlike any she had ever seen, arced across the entire sky, encircling the Big Dipper constellation. In that moment of awe and wonder, it said that a divine energy entered her. This celestial event was no mere coincidence. It was an omen, a sign that something extraordinary was about to happen. Soon after Fubo realized she was with child. The pregnancy was long, lasting 24 months, further fueling the belief that this child was destined for greatness. Finally, on the third day of the third lunar month, a baby boy was born. But this was no ordinary birth. The moment he arrived, the sky was said to have filled with a golden, yellow light, bathing the earth in a warm, auspicious glow. The land itself seemed to celebrate his arrival. Because of this radiant phenomenon, and because his tribe revered the color of the fertile yellow earth of the Central Plains, he was given a name that would echo through millennia. Later, he would be known by a title that reflected this miraculous birth and his connection to the land. The Yellow Emperor. From his earliest days, Juanawan was different. While other children played, he displayed an almost unnatural wisdom. As a toddler, he could speak fluently, not with the simple words of a child, but with surprising clarity and insight. He was endlessly curious, constantly asking his elders about the world, the stars, the rivers, and the nature of things. His mind was a sponge, absorbing knowledge about farming, hunting, and the traditions of his people. It was clear to everyone in the Xiaodian tribe that this was no ordinary boy. They saw in him the makings of a truly great leader, someone who could see beyond the immediate struggles and envision a brighter future. As Yuan grew into a young man, his innate talents became even more pronounced. He possessed incredible strength and courage, but it was his compassion and intelligence that truly set him apart. He saw the hardships his people faced, the constant threat of floods, famine, and conflict with rival tribes. He didn't just accept this as fate. He actively sought solutions. He learned to observe the patterns of nature to improve agriculture. He studied the landscape to understand how to build better defenses. He listened to the grievances of his people, showing an empathy that earned him their deep love and respect. His charisma was magnetic, and people were naturally drawn to his vision and his unwavering sense of justice. When the time came, following the passing of the old chief, the people of the Xiaodian tribe unanimously chose Xuan Yuan as their new leader. It was a seamless transition, a natural step for the young man who had already proven himself 100 times over. But his ambition wasn't limited to his own tribe. He looked at the scattered clans warring across the land and saw not chaos, but the potential for unity. His dream was to bring peace and prosperity to all the people living along the Yellow River Basin. This was the moment the young chief began his transformation into the legendary Yellow Emperor, the unifier who would lay the foundation for a civilization. Of course, the path to unity was anything but easy. The Central Plains were a battleground of powerful chieftains. Two of the most formidable were the Yan Emperor, also known as the Flame Emperor, Shenong, and the fearsome Chiu. The Yan Emperor, a legendary figure in his own right who was credited with teaching people agriculture and medicine, had seen his tribe's influence wane. Conflicts over territory and resources eventually led to an epic confrontation between the forces of the Yan Emperor and the Yellow Emperor. This clash, known as the Battle of Bangquin, was not just a fight for land, it was a battle for the future. After a series of 3 intense battles, Chuanyuan's strategic brilliance and his well-organized army prevailed. But Chuanyuan was a wise victor. Instead of crushing the Yan Emperor's tribe, he formed an alliance. He understood that true strength came from unity, not dominance. This powerful merger of the Yan and Huang tribes, the Yan-Huang alliance, created a formidable new power in the region. This is a pivotal moment in Chinese identity. As Statiste, many Chinese people refer to themselves as the descendants of Yan and Huang. It was the first major step towards creating a larger, unified cultural identity. But their greatest challenge was yet to come. From the south rose a menacing threat. Chu, leader of the Zhuli tribe. Descriptions of Chu are terrifying. He's often depicted as a monstrous figure with a bronze head, iron forehead, and the body of a beast who ate rocks and sand. His warriors were fierce and wielded advanced metal weapons, something unseen before. Chu was brutal and expansionist, and he saw the new Yan-Huang alliance as a direct challenge to his supremacy. A final, decisive conflict was inevitable. This legendary showdown is known as the Battle of Jualu. The Battle of Jualu is one of the most famous epics in Chinese mythology. Chidu's forces were formidable. He used dark magic to conjure a thick, disorienting fog that blanketed the battlefield, causing the Yellow Emperor's army to lose their way. But the Yellow Emperor was not just a warrior. He was an innovator. In response to the fog, he invented the south-pointing chariot, a remarkable device with a figure that always pointed south, no matter how the chariot turned. It was essentially an ancient compass, allowing his army to navigate through the magical mist and regain their bearings. The battle raged on. Chu then summoned great storms, with torrential rains and violent winds, to batter the Yellow Emperor's forces. But Huangdi had allies of his own. He called upon Nuba, the goddess of drought, who descended upon the battlefield and used her powers to stop the rain and clear the skies. With his strategic inventions and divine assistance, the Yellow Emperor's forces pushed back against Chu's onslaught. In the final, climactic confrontation, the Yellow Emperor's army, bolstered by allies including tamed bears, tigers, and leopards, finally defeated the fearsome Chu. This victory solidified the Yellow Emperor's dominion over the Central Plains and cemented the Yan-Huang alliance as the core of a new, emerging civilization. With peace established, the Yellow Emperor ushered in an unprecedented golden age of invention and culture. He is credited with an astonishing number of innovations that formed a bedrock of Chinese civilization. He tasked his official Kangyi with creating the first system of Chinese characters, moving society from knotted cords to written records. He instructed another official, Ling Lun, to create the standardized musical pitches by cutting bamboo pipes, laying the foundation for Chinese music. His wife, Lizu, is celebrated for her discovery of sericulture, the process of making silk from silkworms, which would become one of ancient China's most precious commodities. The list goes on. Medicine, mathematics, the calendar, boats, carts, and even early forms of government bureaucracy are all attributed to his reign. He established a system of governance, dividing the land and appointing officials to manage it, bringing order and stability where there had once been only chaos. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was the ultimate civilizer, the architect of a new world. The story of the Yellow Emperor is more than just a myth. It is the foundational story of a people. He represents the ideal ruler, wise, benevolent, brave, and innovative. He embodies the transition from a primitive, tribal existence to a structured, advanced civilization. The innovations attributed to him, whether historical fact or legendary embellishment, represent the collective achievements of the early Chinese people. His story provided a common ancestor, a shared point of origin that helped unify disparate tribes into a single culture and, eventually, a nation. He is the ultimate symbol of Chinese ingenuity, unity, and the enduring power of civilization. And so, the legend of the Yellow Emperor, born of lightning and earthly glow, who united the tribes and gifted his people with the tools of civilization, continues to inspire. His tale is a powerful reminder that from chaos can come order, from conflict can come unity, and that the vision of a single individual can shape the destiny of millions for millennia to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and do you forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the fascinating stories that have shaped our world. We'll see you in the next video.